The expected lifespan of someone with cystic fibrosis is 37 years. Cystic fibrosis occurs in 1 in 2,500 white newborn babies across the U.S.
Hello, world. My lung function is down to 35% now.
People with cystic fibrosis aren't supposed to get within 6 feet because we could end up catching each other's bacteria.
Nothing's gonna save our lives, Stella. We're breathing borrowed air.
No.
I refuse to believe that.
Can I see your regimen?
Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disease caused by a mutation of an infected individual's DNA. This protein of DNA codes for the production of a protein called cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulator. This protein is responsible for balancing the amount of salt and water in the body, such as the surface of the lungs. When the protein is unable to perform its job, cystic fibrosis happens, which causes a thick and sticky mucus that clogs the lungs and obstructs the pancreas.
To gain a better understanding of how this happens, let's first look at how proteins are made.
The first step of protein synthesis is transcription. RNA polymerase unzips DNA. One strand is used. Complementary RNA nucleotides bind together. DNA uses thymine, but RNA replaces it with uracil. This process makes RNA. It goes to the ribosome. tRNA connects with the mRNA to create polypeptide chains. 3 bases in mRNA are called codons. In tRNA, they are called anticodons. This process is called translation. Once the chains stop at UAA, UAG, or UGA, it has created a protein. An individual who has cystic fibrosis contains a mutation on chromosome number 7. The type of mutation is the delta F508 mutation, which is a deletion of 3 base pairs at the 508th codon, causing the disappearance of a phenylalanine residue and subsequent defective intracellular processing of CFTR protein. When protein synthesis occurs, this causes the amino acid sequence to change. This alters the shape of the CFTR protein. Without the CFTR protein working properly, you get the types of symptoms associated with cystic fibrosis.
These symptoms are mostly caused at the cellular level. The cells that is affected by cystic fibrosis is epithelial cells. Epithelial cells line the surface and cavities of tissue and organs throughout the body, and it acts as a protection, secretion, selective absorption, and transcellular transport. They transport salt or sodium chloride. Epithelial cells produce a defective form of CFTR. The cell can't regulate the way that chloride passes across cell membranes. It disrupts the essential balance of salt and water needed to maintain a normal thin coating of fluid and mucus.
Cystic fibrosis is autosomal recessive, which means that when 2 parents with one dominant and one recessive gene have children with another parent with 2 dominant genes, there's a 2 out of 4 chance that their children will be carriers for cystic fibrosis. If 2 parents with both dominant genes, their child will not be affected by cystic fibrosis. For a parent with a dominant and a recessive gene, and then another parent with a dominant and a recessive gene, the child will have a 1 in 4 chance of having cystic fibrosis, a 2 out of 4 chance of being a carrier for the disease, and a 1 out of 4 chance for not being affected. The pedigree shows a similar structure, with the black square representing the affected male and the white circle representing the unaffected female. When they have children, there's a 50% chance that their children will be carriers for the disease. When those children that are carriers for the disease have children with someone else who's also a carrier, there's a chance that their child will be diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. More than 75% of people with cystic fibrosis are diagnosed by the age of 2. The chances for a white newborn is rare. For any other ethnic group, it's very rare. For 1 in 35,000 are.
There is no cure for cystic fibrosis, but there are treatments, such as removing mucus from the lungs or taking mucus thinning drugs to help Another treatment is taking medications called bronchodilators that keep your airways open and relax your muscles around your bronchial tubes.
Cystic fibrosis has caused many families grief since there is no cure. With more research, we can help support the cause. Thank you for listening to our documentary about cystic fibrosis.